Yeah. Almost caught y'all slipping out there. What's going on, y'all? Savage AF. You know when it begins like this, you know what it might be today. A Dro Solo edition. Sorry, guys. Hey, it's not me. I'm here. No, but in all seriousness, man, send your boy some well wishes. The homie Shang, sorry, is sick. Seems to have a bit of a just a general cold. No fever, but I called him today just on some other business, and I ain't gonna lie, the brother sounded like he swallowed a porcupine. You know what I'm saying? He's just hello. I was like, hey man, hey, we could talk later and let you catch some oxygen right quick. But so yeah, Shang is legitimately sick. He was sick yesterday. I got called in early to work yesterday, so sorry we missed out on that one for y'all. But here today, Savage AF, forget your feelings. Facts matter, y'all. Okay, we'll be cursing in a minute. Stand by. But until then, just want to remind you guys that we are here for you uh, Monday through Friday, typically at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, typically. And then typically it's on YouTube and Facebook at the same damn time, unless we get flagged for something. Happens every now and then. Whatever. Anyways, man, if you ever miss us live, get your finger out your nose. What are you doing? You booger picking your life away. Okay. Get straight. Go to our YouTube channel. It's scrolling at the bottom. YouTube.com/C/SavageAF World, all one word. We have all the shows archived there, but don't just be staring at the page. Get active. Ding, ding. Yeah, man. Make sure you get active in there. Subscribe, notify. That's how you know when we come on live. It'll let you know what's up. Share it with a friend. Leave comments. You know what I mean? Rate that shit. And pass it on around. Just like some good old drugs at a party. You know what I'm saying? Don't be stingy. That being said, some of you like myself and Shang, who is usually here with me, but is sick today. Get well soon, brother. You might have problems sometimes with one platform or another. So let's say you've been banned for life from YouTube several times, whatever. If you can't catch us there, we are available on the Book of Face or Facebook, however you want, Meta World Peace, whatever they want to call themselves. But Facebook, look up Savage A. F. You see right here in the corner, is right. I should just do that. Okay, see, so it says Savage, and then you want to go A, and then put a dot in between the A and F, and then after the F. So Savage A. F. on Facebook. Find us there. Get it in. You know what it is, man. Thank you guys for being here, joining in on the fun. Nicole H, I see you. Sexy Puerto Rican, I see you. Miss Pink, the Enigma. We're gonna figure your ass out one day. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Damani Jones, Breezy JJ, Znat, I see y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Antoine, WDMA. Yeah, Miss Pink, it sounded like he swallowed a porcupine. You know what I mean? I was just, being as descriptive and poetic as possible. Nicole H, all about that cash. Shang owes us some money. I'm starting to get the feeling, y'all, that some of these funds ain't gonna come through. That's in my heart. If you had to ask my heart, that's it. I was fresh up out the shower. Sorry, didn't really tend to the hair much. How's that curl looking, y'all? Just let your soul. Ooh, speaking of swallowing porcupines, Don't know what happened there. All right. Before I get into the show today, and it's gonna be a quickie. It's a drill solo edition. I'm by myself. Look, hello. Yeah. So I'm gonna do one quick topic for y'all, but do make sure you follow us on this. I mean, this is important. This is like how comedians stay alive. Somehow, it's just people looking at your Instagram. Okay, you gotta follow us. All right, on the IG. Um, I call it the ig because I'm so busy. I don't have time to say whole words and shit. So on the ig, at Black Pedro, at comedian Shang. That's with a G at the end, y'all. And that's what it is, man. So thank y'all for being here. Savage AF, fuck your feelings. Facts matter. I'm Black Pedro. This is what we call a Dro Solo edition. Again, if you're just chiming in, your boy Shangadang he's down for the count today, man. He wasn't feeling good yesterday, sick today. They got like a little. He sounded phlegmy, you know, Flemington Steel. Just needs some vitamin C and some decongestant and some rest. So while he gets that, we're gonna get at this, man. It is Wednesday, March 29th, 2023 in the time space continuum. Savage AF, man, fuck your feelings. I got, it ain't gonna be no Shangri, obviously, and no need to do a pop in. It's just me. Hey, you want me? Bam. That's your pop in for the day. But I do want to talk about one thing. And I might have to circle back to it when Shang is on the show because I would love to hear his feed on this. But I would like to also hear from you, our audience members, in the comment section here. No, Nicole H. She did take a test, and that came up negative. So it's not the vid. According to the home test, it's not the vid. It is just seemingly a regular old cold. But thank you for your concern and your professionalism. He got the vid. Just before you start spreading rumors. Good lord. Good lord. All right, man. I do want everybody's take on this one, though. I don't know if you guys heard it. We love to say Wakanda forever. Unfortunately, it's not a real place. Um, the closest sounding place, as far as I can tell, is Uganda. But this is for never, in my opinion. As they announced, I believe it was last week, that they are basically criminalizing identifying as LGBTQ plus IA or what I really don't know what the last part means. Sorry. But LGBTQ. So Uganda, African nation, um, they already had some kind of restrictive laws around it, but now it's basically if you identify as LGBTQ, I believe it's punishable by jail and all of that shit. So, but what caught me most specifically, because this obviously isn't the only country in the world that has a policy like that, and you know, I've heard America wants to sanction Uganda over this, but um, as an entire body, the United States is not not very forward on gay rights either. I would say, especially somebody like Clarence Thomas on the Supreme Court, wants to reconsider same-sex marriages. You know what I mean? Uh, uh, Treehead said, "What's her name in here? Must be ecstatic." I don't know exactly who you're talking about, but welcome to it, Treehead. I see you. AJ Fit, what's good? What's good? Uh, AJ said, "The vid COVID that is doesn't show mercy for the elderly. Good thing Shane doesn't have it." I'm gonna tell him you said that now. It's gonna come back to get you, AJ. But yeah, so sorry, America's not the most forward nation or progressive on gay rights, black rights, human rights in general. So I'm not sure we are the nation to necessarily be talking shit uh, about Uganda's policy on LGBTQ um, identities, as I'm saying it. But and I'm a liberal guy. I'm this cis hetero gender. I don't know what the kids say, but back in my days, just I like girls. I like women. Um, and but I support everybody being whoever they are, as long as it's not like a child molester. I don't support that shit. But other than that, you can pretty much have sex with whoever you want to, do it however you want to. Just don't hurt nobody. Yeah, rapists either. I don't support that kind of sex, but grapists, as I should say. Um, but and so I found it odd that obviously I'm against the policy like this in Uganda where you want to criminalize people just identifying as a sexuality. But what I did hear from the president of Uganda, and I'm sorry I couldn't find the clip to pull it in today, but I saw a clip of the Ugandan president saying that you know basically homosexuality, LGBTQism isn't normal, and in a heterocentric society, I can easily see how people think that way. But I did kind of in my mind, the way I hear things, I did hear a challenge because when I think about normality, you know what I mean? Like when we think about what is normal, uh, Tree had said it's not punishable by death in the U.S. yet. So a little different than Uganda. No, I get it. I get it. Land of the free, home of the slave. But when you think about what is normal, and that I focused on that word that the president of Uganda used, in kind of you know stating why this kind of anti-gay law was so important there. But when you think about what's normal, for me, you kind of think about it like it. I think about it as kind of like something that just kind of happens all the time, like is some everyday shit. You know what I mean? And nothing new to see here. Just some normal shit, dog. You know what I mean? Like whatever. People walking down the street, kids playing in the park, two people kissing, whatever. It's just normal. Like always happened, always will. Some normal shit. People fight, people play, people love, people hate. It's normal shit, right? So when I think about it like that, because that's just kind of what normal means to me. And you think about history. I mean, there have always been LGBTQ people, right? There have always been gay people, always in history. Uh, it's happened on every continent, in every culture, every language. Why do you think some of these countries have anti-gay laws? Because they have gay people there. Like it's always been everywhere. You know, which in my mind makes it seem like being gay is pretty normal. Like for humans in general. And I used to even be of the mindset, well, it's kind of like not natural. It doesn't have anything to do with like procreation. But humans really, realistically, were one of the very few species on this planet that have sex for pleasure outside of procreation, right? Like we just have sex. So like heterosexual sex isn't always about procreation either. So and with that logic, that's kind of out the window for me, or that was out the window for me. So I'm just saying, like if gay people have always been around, always throughout all of history, then it seems pretty fucking normal. Like I don't see what the big deal is. Like let them be gay, dog. Why y'all can't just let people be gay? I don't know. I was gonna bring up. I saw somebody said the Greeks. Um, oh well, maybe I'm talking about something else. Sorry, actually, but I was gonna bring up like Spartans, right? Um, movie 300, toughest dudes in the world, right? You know, they'll fight in the shade. We block out the sun with the arrows. This is Sparta, and you just kick a motherfucker in his chest. Spartans, they were gay. Like the warrior society part of the society, they were gay. Like they believed that women were just vessels for um, procreation, and that the love between the soldiers would make them fight harder for each other. Uh, that totally got normalized in that society, and then they're known for being a great warrior culture, and masculine in all these ways that we would think about now. But you know, they were they were you know a homosexual society that totally got normalized. So it's really about our mindset around these things. Now, don't go name calling AJ, but yes, they have been around for like not just for centuries, like all time. Like there's some gay monkeys out there, gay apes, and we all of that evolved, dog. It was gay cavemen and gay bushmen in Africa. I'm telling you, bro, it's never not happened. It's not the majority of our society, no, but there's always been a part of our society that has exhibited that, you know, has been that way. You know, it's normal. So I don't understand. I guess at the end of the day, is what I'm saying is the Ugandan president's rationale, or anybody else who says that being gay isn't normal. And I don't know what it's like to be gay, and but if we didn't have all of this shit around it, it would be like being hetero. Like it wouldn't be anything. It wouldn't matter. So just like we ever got over race, like, and it wouldn't, the color of skin wouldn't matter, but we've made it such that it does, in very real ways. Um, but yeah, man, I'm this isn't a call to support anything that you don't feel like you should support or whatever. But what I am saying, just kind of logically, as I like to break things down, is like I think to say that being gay isn't normal is kind of out the window at this point, because motherfuckers been around too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just like the rest of us, they've always been here, so it's got to be normal, you know, because there was no TV back then, or Madonna, or what I mean, Queer Eye that was steering the. No, it was just motherfuckers were gay. Just them two dudes like each other. That's it. And two ladies, like, they like each other. They want to be over there. And but it's always been there. Now, Treehead getting into the prison society, she said, when vagina is nowhere to be seen, they're all gay. Yeah, see. I hope to never be in that scenario in my life. What are y'all talking about in the sorry, I get to talking on these low solos, and it's hard for me to read and talk. Nicole said it used to be criminalized to date outside of your race. In some ways it kind of still is. You know what I mean? Just not on the books anymore. But depending on where you are, you and yours watch it back. I did see somebody comment. Um, AJ asked, what did he say? He said, which African country said they throw away the American dollar? I did see that too. I need to read up more about that. He thinks it was Nigeria. Um, Now, as far as history shows us, when when foreign leaders talk about, taking down the dollar, bad things happen. I talked to Muammar Gaddafi about that before I really got too deep into that, or even Saddam Hussein. Oh wait, hard to have a conversation with those guys nowadays. But without knowing too much about the specifics of that, I think I just saw like a meme about it, and I need to read up about it. But I did hear that. But that was Muammar Gaddafi was, um, talking about establishing an African dinar. Would be the currency. I think he wanted to call it, that would be backed by real gold, African gold, like all the gold in Africa and shit like that, right? So, um, all other politics aside, he had done a whole bunch of horrible shit over the years. A long time, adversary of the United States. But not too long after he started talking about, taking on the US dollar, which isn't backed by gold anymore. Yeah, they ended that. Nicole H said, "Who needs the dollar? We barely use money anyways." I think maybe she was trying to say, but Nicole H, not everybody has a sugar daddy like you. Okay, sweet biscuit, you little tender thing, you. Okay, not everybody can walk that walk, mama. Some of us gotta go get it. Okay, I know you poolside in the cabana right now, getting your little toes done. Sounds sexy. Okay, but some of us need the dollar unless you got Bitcoin, which isn't doing as well as everybody thought. No bump in the road. It's okay. Sit tight. WDMA said Obama took him out. Hey, with a pat on the back from the banks, I'm sure. Because anybody said that the second he started talking about that, and Saddam Hussein wanted to, um, he wanted to trade, oil on something other than the dollar. You got to understand. As far as I know, to this day, there's really just like two main things that keep the U.S. dollar relevant and powerful on the global markets is that oil. It's the base currency for the trading of oil, and it's also the base currency for the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, and it's like the body that oversees currency exchange among nations and currencies, and the equivalencies between those various currencies. And so the fact that the U.S. dollar is still the base currency for that body is essentially what keeps us. And, that and guns and missiles and shit. We owe you how much? Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we'll see you next month. WDMA says keep cash, and these banks are. There was another bank. Oh, I think a German bank is in trouble now, like Deutsche Bank or some shit like that. I was like, good lord. So there's a little bit more of a ripple going on with these what do you call deregulations of the banks from the Dodd Frank Act. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna babble on too much. When Shane comes, hopefully Shane will be rested enough to be back tomorrow. And I want to throw this at him, but uh, I think most of us get the idea, or I would hope that when you when nations start criminalizing people, for just being who they are. And I'm getting back to the day's topic as I begin to wrap up this Dro Solo edition of Savage AF. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Shang should be back tomorrow. Y'all sit tight. But when nations like Uganda begin to criminalize people for just being themselves, for just being who they are, then I think we as Black people need to understand that while this obviously doesn't apply in Uganda, but For us here in America, when we see any other groups' rights being infringed on, um, I'm not telling you how to respond. I'm not saying you got to take up arms for that group, but understand that if it happens to them, your black ass is next. Man, trust me. Whoever, whatever group they want, immigrants, whatever, and yeah, then we next. Then, but they want to come for the gays, yeah, we next. What they on now? Vaginas? They closing that down? We next. All right. So just understand that if you don't find yourself identifying with a group that's being attacked, you know what I mean, directly, just understand that indirectly it affects you because you next. Okay. Hello. Gotta watch your back. See. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. That's your show for today, guys. Thank you for those who are here, for sticking with me. I appreciate y'all for being here, most definitely, and staying active. So I couldn't address everything in the comment section today. It's hard for me to talk and read and think at the same time. It's real hard. I will say, I'll get one before I get out of here. WDMA said Brazil and Argentina are planning on a common currency for the region in a bid to distance themselves from the US dollar. Yeah, I mean, listen, many have tried in the past. And it's a righteous cause. There's no real justification for the United States to be, this world leading currency. Um, we basically rolling on bad credit as a country as it is. So yeah, many have tried, all have failed so far. But and yes, Nicole, vaginas did close last year in many parts of the country, and some are still being shut down. So you know, if you still got one, ladies, hide it in the books. They'll never look there. All right, man. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Thank y'all for being here. This is a Dro Solo edition. Uh, I know I'll be back tomorrow. Let's all send out those well wishings to Shang, young Shang Salamis, to get well soon, and hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. Until then, man, stay black if you are. Don't be black if you're not. Just be you, and keep your finger out your nose, man. Because it really doesn't belong there.